How's it going? Today we're going to go over how to draw Godzilla and a Pyroraptor from Jurassic World as one character. So let's get started right now. Okay, how's it going? Today we're going to go over how to draw Godzilla mixed with a Pyroraptor, okay? Pyroraptor from Jurassic World. So let's get started here. I'm going to go over here. Sorry, like that marker was hard to yank open. Going to go over here, line over here, down for the front of Godzilla's snout. Godzilla has a pretty short snout, proportional to like raptors and T-Rexes and stuff like that. Curve underneath, that's going to be the top lip. And we'll give him a little bit of a smile there. Up over here. Flat head. I say this a lot. Godzilla has a very flat head and we're rolling all the way down the back. Just might as well get that out of the way. Okay. Over here now. Draw some teeth, thicken down. Just some teeth. He's got relatively, and I always say this stuff, this is really important by the way, this is in the ebook as well. I have an ebook on how to draw Godzilla's head and a couple other ones I'm adding there, but it's free by the way, go check it out. But so in the ebook I talk about his teeth are relatively small, even though in actuality, right, like he's giant, so they're going to be huge, but in comparison to his head size, they're proportionally, his teeth are pretty tiny. Curve back over here, back. And, you know, tiny, like I said, compared to, like, T-Rex. His teeth are gigantic proportion to his head. Curve back over here for the back of the jaw. And we're going to go in here and find the eye. So, downward here, up. Down around this side. Nostril. Curve, and then maybe you can throw a thin line back. He's mad. He is angry. So big thing with Godzilla is his neck gets bigger as it goes downward. Curve underneath like so. Okay. His shoulder is roughly around this. He's gonna have like a. Does he have a clavicle? I think he does. Curve over here, but his shoulder is gonna be around yay. But this is where the difference comes in, right? We're going to give him the Pyroraptor wing. So we're going to pull up, right here, down. He's going to have a big old wing, which is funny because he would never be able to fly normally because he's got like a big rotund body, right? He wouldn't be able to lift off. And I don't mean something like Rodan, right? Rodan looks like he's thin. He's, you know, in comparison to his wings, he's pretty thin. Go over here now and curve it down. All right. Curve. Line over here for the other wing. Down there. Dang, that looks weird, right? It looks like not right. Godzilla with wings. Okay. And so we got to get into the feathers, right? That's like the big thing here. So let's curve on this side. Usually there's like a little thumb sticking out, but we're just going to go straight full-blown feathers. So line over here, curve up. So the way I like to think about this stuff is that they're butter knives. Think about a butter knife. Curve on one side, up like that. Curve on one side, up like that. Curve like one side. And we're just going to keep it going. And you're creating a pattern of that. Butter knives. Just butter knives aiming downward. Butter knives. Butter knives. So that's the inner part of that far side arm. Let's go over here to this side now. Same thing. Down over here, it's not quite as overt. It's a little bit more on the outside. But we have, let's see, hopefully this is okay. Okay, on camera. Kind of hard because the paper's a little bit bunched up here. Similar. Butter Knife City. Put that on a shirt. Butter Knife City. Butter knife. And it's gonna go off the page here, so I'm gonna have to like plan that, right? Just like some lines are just gonna fly off. And that's just what's gonna happen. Back of the arm now, a little bit here. A little bit of some wingage going on that side. Want to give him a line down right here. Still want to give him that snake belly. That now we're going to pull back, pull into some Godzilla-isms. Snake belly. And let it wrap around the neck. Think in 3D. Okay? Wrap around the neck. There you go. We still want to give him the Godzilla spikes, though, because that's important. So now we're going to start over here. Small. A little bit bigger. Oops, it is. Hopefully it's not going off the page. Kind of is. Off the camera, I mean. A little bit bigger. Bigger, bigger. Much bigger. Right? And this is going to go way off the page. So what's left, really? I mean, he might be covered in feathers at this point. But you want to add a little bit of lines right here for details. There's some sort of texture, even if it's just like he's a big old chicken or something, right? Like a big old, like he's covered in feathers. You want to draw like little thin lines right here, just around the area. Maybe another nostril right there. Just these thin little lines, and they have to be thin because they have to be detail, right? If they're not detail, they're gonna be it's gonna be too much. You know, you want to make it detail. Because if it's the line's too thick, it's not going to come off as detail anymore. Same thing over here with the crunchiness of his back spikes, right? He's going to have some crunchiness going on, right? It's going to be like, you know, shards of granola. And that's what you want to, you know, make it look like. Not granola per se, but, you know, I'm exaggerating, right? You want a rocky structure in his back. And, you know, these thin lines add to the suspension of disbelief that your viewer, more bag into the eye, the suspension of disbelief that your viewer is going to go through. I'm going to give him a slit pupil there. So the viewer has to kind of, not has to, but, you know, they want to be convinced, even if they know it's obviously an illustrative style and obviously, you know, a cartoonish, like, or cartoony or leaning on cartoony or illustrative drawing, right? You want them to kind of suspend that disbelief, and part of that is these thin wispy lines all over the place. So anyways, that's it. Thank you so much. What I want you to do is give this guy a name. Godzilla mixed with a Pyroraptor. Give him a name and put in the comments. I'm gonna pin the best name, and if you're the only one, by the way, literally if you're the only person that puts it in, you're gonna win automatically. I'm gonna pin your comment forever, and it's gonna be in the comments forever. Do it. Otherwise, please share this if you did enjoy the video. I don't want you to stay here for the next drawing lesson right now. Let's do it. Okay, so that was amazing. You finished this lesson, but keep it going. Keep the art practice going by clicking this video right here. It's going to be within the same theme, and you want to keep it rolling to get better and better and better and get that art flow going. So click right here.